One of the subjects that in the recent years has received great attention is traveling to other planets, especially Mars, and make them habitable. Most of the manned space missions have been in the Earth's orbit or ultimately its nearest neighbor, Moon. But in the case of Mars missions, especially manned missions, we face a very different situation, both time and logistic wise, because even the fastest ships need several months to get to Mars. So, two separate missions to Red Planet will take a very long time. Hi, I would like to talk about one of my projects. The first thing I would like to explain is a different method of humans' journey to Mars. And the second is a cheaper method of space transportation, continuous and hybrid space transportation. Travel from Earth to Mars can be divided to three sections. First stage is exiting Earth's atmosphere. The second is traveling to Mars, and the third is entering to Martian atmosphere. The first and the third stage will take short time, about a few minutes. But the ship is imposed a lot of risk and aerodynamic pressure during this time. Most disasters in space missions have occurred at the moment of leaving the atmosphere, like Challenger shuttle, or entering the atmosphere, like Columbia shuttle. On the other hand, the lowest risk is at the stage of deployment in orbit and at the zero gravity, because of the lowest amount of tension and force on the spacecraft. It's important to note that in the second stage of traveling to Mars, traverse distance between Earth and Mars, the lowest amount of tension enters the spacecraft. So, the choice of a spacecraft that can stand the pressure at the moment of leaving the Earth's atmosphere or entering to the Martian atmosphere, and also must travel at least for months with the minimum pressure, it may not be the best way. So, what is the solution? The best way, build a very large space station or space city, including large warehouses and large fuels, full equipment, strong spacecraft to enter into the Mars atmosphere, and if necessary, return voyage. Freight cargo ships that after landing they can be used as intern shelters, especially biological equipment for long-term living. The spatial city includes modules that, if necessary, have the ability to fly independently or synchronous with other modules toward the target. Therefore, in the event of fire or explosion in one of modules, it's easy to separate it from the entire set, so it will not harm the other modules. By modular spacecraft, the maximum equipment and components of the project have the potential to reach the final destination. When space modules are assembled in Earth's orbit, it's possible to begin traveling at maximum speed with the help of gravity of the Earth toward Mars. After the trip and stand the orbit of Mars, the main ship revolving in the orbit of Mars, in addition to reviewing the conditions and send equipment to build permanent stations on the Martian surface. Main ship remains in the orbit of Mars till, if necessary, equip the return ships with their duty. You probably know most of the mentioned stuff. Maybe it's a question that foregoing method much more costly to carry out the mission to travel to Mars, but according to the second subject I mentioned, the continuous and hybrid transportation system, due to the very low cost of transferring it by accompaniment with rockets, the cost of building a space station is more affordable. On the other hand, due to large amount of equipment, perhaps millions of tons, more astronauts and scientists being sent, it's possible to design different dimensions for manned missions to Mars. Also possible to design a backup map through the deployment of the main ship in the orbit of Mars and minimize the unpredictable risks. We are at Tritium right now. Every one of us is inventor and developer and have our personal projects. We have been educated in chemical engineering, electronic engineering and mechanical engineering, and worked on various projects: NFC, passive tracking, web design, electrochemical engines, industrial smart filters, microwave, dynamic steering wheel system, medical equipment, space transportation, new kind of data transfer, combination of VR and haptic. Present clip is first episode in series of clips that we will make based on our concepts and projects. Episodes numbers are unknown because of unlimited concepts. We will talk about continuous and hybrid space transportation system in second episode, and in the third one, a functional way to prevent global warming and controlling destructive energy of tornadoes and hurricanes. We need your support for next clips. Our financial requirement for next episode is about $100,000. You can support us in this ways. Share us, tell your opinion, we are good listeners, and donate to us if you can. Contact us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Telegram, WhatsApp, and email. We want to shape the world and upcoming future and resolve major problems. If you want to be our opponent in this way, please support us as much as you can. Thank you.